My name is Paul Lukowicz. I'm a computer scientist from the University of Passau in Germany. So the fundamental scientific question is, how does complex, collaborative, purposeful behavior emerge from interaction of billions of individuals, each of them being complex, intelligent, having its own goals, aims, and preferences. And that's something you see in society that emerges from interactions between humans, but increasingly it's something you see in information systems. As billions of computers, mobile phones, and other devices are interconnected and interact, forming a single system that has to work as a single, dependable entity. So what you're increasingly seeing today is that what happens in society is being influenced by developments in information technology. There's been talk about Twitter and Facebook triggering revolutions. The speed with which information propagates has certainly been a factor in things like financial crisis. So the question is, how can we make sure that the information technology has a stabilizing and desirable effect on society? And of course, on the other hand, how do you organize information technology in such a way that malicious effects, malware, lack of trust, criminals do not influence technology in an undesirable way? And that's something that can only be solved by an interdisciplinary project like FuturICT. Like in any complex system, it is the fact that there is no single factor or no small group of factors that can describe what is happening. It is the interdependence and interplay of very many different factors and influences of a different time scales that results in the behavior that you're looking at. And only new methods for simulating large systems, the ability to collect large amounts of data and interpret it, is going to give us the possibility to understand, model, and control this type of systems. In many areas, research has emerged that looks at this type of problems. In computer science, people are trying to see how data from mobile phones, Twitter, and other sources can be leveraged to understand what is happening. The problem is, those are isolated efforts. They never have a chance to look at the problem as a whole. You need an effort that combines scientists from computer complexity theory, from social sciences, from computer science, and other disciplines to work together to be able to grasp the problem as a whole, with all its different aspects and issues. It is going to be a simulation, visualization, and data exploration infrastructure that goes order of magnitudes beyond what has been done today. And that infrastructure will enable us to run complex model of society. This infrastructure will be driven by data collected on a global scale. And that leverages the recent developments in the digital domain, being aware what is happening in the real world. This includes things like Twitter feeds that tell about earthquakes or revolutions. This includes traces, mobility traces from mobile phones. This includes data from public infrastructure and digital media on demographic trends or opinion shifts. So providing this data and enabling social scientists to ground their models and simulation in this sort of large scale or global scale empirical data is a major contribution of ICT. I think one of the biggest challenges is how to build a system that at one end will take as an input questions, high-level, human understandable questions about what might happen in a society, and will translate those questions into specific simulation algorithms, into system configuration, into data collection strategies and data evaluation strategies that will provide those answers. Another interesting question is how to build such a system in such a way that it will not just serve a single purpose, a single observatory, a single question that's being asked, but that it will be an infrastructure, a platform that third-party developers, the entire public will be able to use to build applications for their own aims. The system will empower individuals, small companies, to play mental games, to play what-if games about the future, about the impact of social processes, of social developments on their interests, on their business models. Thus, maybe a small company could use the system to explore how will their market for the products change, say, through the Arab Spring. Or how will the market for the products change with the demographic development, with people getting older? So those are things that today only huge companies with an army of analysts and people who can do polling can actually answer. Tomorrow, just like anyone today can ask Google, what has happened 100 years ago, you will be able to ask the system, what will the impact of social development be on you?